We're spending a weekend in Amsterdam, but our goal is to find this hidden Dutch village with these amazing 100-foot windmills. Let's kick off this epic weekend right in Amsterdam. Here's our plan. We have to get Dutch pancakes, visit the famous art museums, walk amongst the Dutch tulip fields, find these famous windmills. And by the end of this episode, you'll also know some of the best places to eat, including this super private 4-table pancake restaurant. Our first morning, we headed off to the Keukenhof gardens. This is home to the famous colorful tulip fields you've likely seen on Instagram. Now, tulips are a big deal in the Netherlands. There's even a National Tulip Day. Keukenhof is truly magical. There are over 7 million tulip bulbs planted here. If you can, try to visit between mid-April to mid-May when the flowers are at their peak bloom. After a few hours of walking amongst the flowers and letting our daughter play at the playground, we realized it was time to head back to the city. And since we were starving, we decided to beeline it to the pancake bakery. Now, if you didn't know, the Dutch are known for their pancakes.
Would you like a schmuck and a pancake?
And this historic restaurant is the best place to enjoy them. Plus, it's in our favorite neighborhood in the city called the Jordan. Now here you can try savory or sweet pancakes, but I recommend ordering a savory one. Ours had ham, tomato, and onions on it. And then treat yourself to some poffertjes or little Dutch pancakes. Now these are to die for. I love them so much. They're so good that we actually ordered 2 servings, so we didn't have to share. That's marriage, folks. And if you really want to step it up, order a side of Nutella with them. Ugh, so good. Then it was time to check out the museums. So we hopped on the tram and headed over to where the museums are located in the museum quarter. Since we had purchased the Amsterdam City card, all of our tram rides and most of our museum tickets were free. Our first stop was at the Moco Museum. Now this is a museum of modern art with artwork from Backseat, Backseat, and Damien Hirst. It has an immersive digital art showcase in the basement that's perfect for all ages.
So the Moco Museum was amazing, but hot tip, if you are bringing a toddler or a child, maybe skip the room with all the stuffed animals in them.
Especially if they're jet lagged.
Because Scotland lost her mind and wanted to touch all of the stuffed animals, so just skirt around that one room.
After the Moco, we had a short walk to the Rijksmuseum, home to some of the most famous artwork on Earth. This is where you can see the famous Van Gogh, yes, I said that right, Van Gogh self-portrait and Rembrandt's Night Watch. On our way home from the museums, we passed by this beautiful bar, and after looking inside, we couldn't help ourselves. This place had 52 Dutch beers on tap. After trying a local Dutch brew, it was time to call it a night.
And then up, and then down, and then up.
The next morning, it was time to find the huge Dutch windmills we've been looking for. But first, we had to fuel up for the adventure at Food Holland.
If you're headed on an overnight flight to Europe soon, you're going to want these to make your journey more comfortable.
There's nothing worse than sitting in an airplane seat for 8 hours and arriving at your destination feeling exhausted and tired. With these Sigvaris compression socks, you can do more and feel better throughout your travels by boosting circulation and reducing swelling and fatigue. Whether you're on a long-haul flight to Europe or spending the day exploring a new city, these premium compression socks help ward off deep vein thrombosis and boost energy, which can be a game changer for travelers. Use the discount code ROMARU22 for 22% off your Sigvaris order. Happy travels. Now this is a foodie's dream. There are over 15 food stands from around the world. I'm talking bitterballen from the Netherlands, local oysters and fish, dim sum. They really have it all, so it's perfect for even the pickiest of eaters. We made a quick stop at Holy Fried Chicken and dim sum thing before heading out to find the windmills. These beautiful windmills are just outside Amsterdam in a town called Zaanschans. To get there, we took a 15-minute train from Amsterdam Central Station. And after a quick walk through the darling town, we feasted our eyes on the main event, the giant windmills of Zaanschans. When we got to the windmills, I received this fantastic voicemail, which I'll tell you about in a little bit. Now, this is how I picture Holland hundreds of years ago. Darling wooden houses, traditional Dutch windmills, and that's exactly the point. The region of Zaan was one of the world's first industrial areas, and this man-made village is meant to represent what the region was like before the Industrial Revolution. Now, you can roam through the village and visit museums, a cheese store, and workshops. It's crazy to think that this beautiful historic village with centuries-old windmills is just 15 minutes from the center of Amsterdam. Now, the surprise voicemail was from an exclusive restaurant in Amsterdam.
So I'm currently on my way to a much anticipated reservation here in Amsterdam. It's at the Pancake House upstairs. It's so hard to get a reservation here because there's only 4 tables. and we made a reservation at 4 o'clock, but unfortunately the pro is we got the reservation. The con is it is directly in the middle of Scotland's nap, so only one of us is gonna go to the reservation, and Scott was so kind to put Scotland down for her nap so I could go eat pancakes in peace.
This pancake restaurant is set in a typical Amsterdam house that dates back to 1539, and it only has 4 tables available for reservation. That makes it the smallest pancake restaurant in Europe. This tiny restaurant was designed to feel like a pancake house from hundreds of years ago. I had the king pancake, which came recommended by the waitress, and it was totally worth the trip. Want to see more travel guides? Subscribe below, and don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with your friends.